What's going on? You two. Well, Dave. Others will be in at some point. I know this because we're starting a little earlier, and I don't know how many people actually check the time for starting. So, and that's all right.
Well, if I'm being honest, if it wasn't in our group chat, I would have been here right about the normal time. Not that it matters because we almost started at the correct time.
Yeah,
but we got to stay consistent. Got to be consistent with the ish.
Yeah, we are. It's a little earlier than usual, but I mean, a couple of those times it happens. Most of the time it's later, but like Eric, when we had I don't even remember what it was, the breakdown of the product, and he was sitting in chat because I know in one of the texts he's like, maybe it was on the Instagram group one where he's like, "You guys are assholes." I was responding to everything.
Oh.
And nobody was responding to me, and I'm like, "You weren't live." What?
Oh yeah, one of the chasing the hits episodes, I guess. Must have been when we were kind of on summer break or whatever.
Yeah, I gotta imagine one of June ones or
because I know you had some of them prepped to automatically go live at a certain point while we were all kind of out of town.
I see that it's live.
Yes. It's because we started early. Start time was actually 7:40, even though we didn't start then.
I didn't see it marked at 7:40.
All good. I didn't either. If it wouldn't have been for the group chat, I told Dave, I was like, I would have been here at the normal time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, more travel tomorrow. Like I told you, I'm like, hey.
Yeah, you.
Where did I fucking shoot myself?
You're taking it hard this week.
Next week it doesn't get much better. On Friday it's she's off school, so we've got batting lesson at 1 p.m. Friday and then 2 p.m. pitching. So, which again, I don't care. It just I want the weather to be nice.
I understand that.
But the driving, it just, I guess it's a prep for the regular season and whatever. But
well, it's okay to bitch, but you're not bitching because it's like, oh my God, I really don't want to have to do this. Hello,
no,
Mr. Newly inducted Hall of Famer.
What's going on, Mike?
Before the podcast makes me want to unalive myself tonight, I'll show a card.
The virtuoso.
Yeah, driver showed up today. I love this set. And they changed what's that?
I said I love his autograph.
It's awesome. And he fit it in that window so perfectly. Centered. I mean, he just nailed it. There's slight differences from the original set in 2012. A little bit of a design difference, but still really nice. And it's interesting because the whole front surface and everything, it's not really glossy. It's kind of matte.
Okay.
And then driver himself is glossy, and then you got the silver foil, but the cardstock itself is very matte, dull finish. So it's a little bit of a switch up, but really like it. I think they added like maybe a dozen players to the set.
Him and Bettis, those are the two modern guys that have the best. Sean Alexander might have a nice one too, I think. And again, I can't remember. I thought somebody else sort of like in the early 2000s had a real.
If I
nice
could picture, if I could picture it, then I would agree or disagree. But he's not one that I can.
No, I don't really remember his too. I can see it on his rookie stuff because he was a rookie the same year as Urlacher.
Correct.
And I think.
Yep, 2000.
No, he was. He was.
Because I remember the upper deck cards that had the helmet, and then there were autographed versions of it out of 25. I can see the Sean Alexander, but I don't remember him having a crazy nice signature.
Not to the extent of Driver and
Ricky Waters and Clinton Portis had nice signatures. I like both of theirs.
They did.
And Waters didn't have much.
No. Because he puts a star in his.
Yep.
Portis, you can't tell it says Clinton Portis, but it was unique. Same with Driver. Them aren't letters.
Yes, that's not Donald Driver.
That's a symbol. That's a symbol like Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still doesn't take away how clean it is, though. And his are always consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his signature hasn't changed.
No.
Like, not even a little bit. Because he has a very unique way that he puts 80 in there, where the 8 looks like an S, a cursive S. It all just flows together. And it's been like that since day one.
Well, and he needs the space because I still remember, and I know I've mentioned this before, but 09 UD Black, I pulled a flag patch auto of Donald Driver. And same autograph, but like a smaller, the area in which they signed is a hell of a lot smaller than what they were given, like on a Virtuoso, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
So although it still looked clean, it wasn't as clean as it looks in yours because of the space constraints.
Right. Yeah, that's
why
I believe that's why the Virtuoso and the NFL Greatest sets are so popular. Is because it's an autograph set that was all about the autograph. Big space for everybody to sign.
Yeah, definitely a clean product or card design. That's for sure.
I know I'm excited for Saturday. Go to that card show in Columbia. And I know Ryan's going to be there. Gillespie, who I haven't seen him in years now.
Yep.
Last time I would have seen him would have been in 19 at the last time I went to the National.
Okay.
So I haven't seen him in a while. But a guy I sold a lot of stuff to last time I went to the Columbia show. I messaged him and he's going to be there again. So I'm going to take stuff to him to sell.
That blue. Well, yeah, again, that as we've seen in pretty much anywhere that we've experienced, it's if you got shit to sell and you've got either a buyer or an audience, it's like, man.
So much easier trying to do it card by card on mailing it. And even if you do sell several to one person, you just got to worry about that package making it.
Yep. So if you can bulk deal, push it out, and then again, even if you take a little hit, it's like, I'm getting money right now. Yep. You're getting cards right now. Done. I don't have to fucking worry.
The cost of shipping has gotten insane now because everything I sell, if it's over $150, I'm putting in a priority flat rate small box. Those are $13 a piece now. They're $12.95. So the minimum everything I ship out is $13 a pop. So I'm saving that every time. Because I don't like to, which I mean, it's gambling every time you do it. I don't like to insure it for the full amount because the post office puts a giant fucking billboard sticker on there with the cost of the package saying, hey, steal me because there's something in here that somebody insured for, $2,000. I hate that they do that. I don't understand why.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, if you want to pay that to insure it through USPS, you're not going to get that money back.
No, you have to fight them tooth and nail. Even if you can prove, hey, this person paid me this, and I sent it to them, they're like, yeah, we don't care. Even if you can show them sales of that's what it's worth, they will still fight you on it all the way.
Well, part of it is they actually cap what they're willing to pay out for insurance, which is why it's like, if it's over X amount of money, don't even waste your time. You are paying for something that is basically irrelevant.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually want to insure something for $2,000, FedEx, UPS, granted, it's almost the same situation. Like there's additional documents that you have to send with it.
FedEx, especially, that are attached to it, showing that it's expensive. And they even capped their, I believe they capped their like sports cards, memorabilia and stuff. I think they capped it at $5,000.
Well, I don't, but what I find interesting though is how do they know? Because like FedEx includes $100 automatically, and that's just part of the service.
And as does USPS.
But at the end of the day, if I'm a business, regardless if it's sports cards or not, if I'm a business and I'm shipping something that's $10,000, I better be able to insure it for $10,000.
Right.
If it's something that can, like FedEx Freight may be a different sort of, it's been so long since I've had to deal with shipping requirements.
I'm sure there's levels to all that stuff.
But, it's like, you want to cover your bases, you want to protect yourself, but 95% of the time you're ended up paying for something that you ultimately can't leverage, which is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, like Dave said, it's worth the peace of mind just, taking a few extra bucks to sell it in person, so you don't have to worry about it. And I already looked at what I'm going to take and wrote down how much would I want for this card if I was going to sell it. And I get that number, I add it all up and be like, okay, I would take this much off if they take it all, type thing. Essentially getting a card for free, or maybe a card and a half for free.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they'll still make money, because the guy I plan on selling it to, he's also a Packers fan. So like when I went this last time and sold off a bunch of really high end Clay Matthews stuff, I'm pretty sure he kept it, almost all of it.
For now.
Yeah. Well,
somebody offers him more.
Yeah.
For now.
What's up, Orlando?
But
yeah, hopefully there'll be some nice stuff there. Again, that's the other thing. It just it seems like with anything, and again, I know it's not Ryan directly, but it seems like in that area there's always a little more of the stuff that's enjoyable. Of course, you're gonna get your stupid prism and all that bullshit, but
if you're there was a lot of nice there was wrestling, and if you're a Cardinals fan, there was a lot of nice Cardinals cards there the last time I went to the show.
Any One Piece?
No, I had never heard of One Piece at that time in space.
And now you'll see like a case or like a couple showcases full of it, and you'll think.
I hadn't heard of One Piece until in the last couple months. That's the first time I've literally ever heard of it.
Probably because I opened my mouth.
Well, I saw it on Facebook first. I'm like, what the hell is this anime shit? I'm like, there's another one.
So it's like, it's been around
Oh, I
for
learned
a
that.
while.
I learned that it's been around a long time. I had just never seen it.
But only recently did it explode. And now some of the older chase cards, like in 3 and 4, I don't remember the letter combination, honestly, but like 3 and 4, a lot of the chase cards are like they are tanking hard, like going that what like were $3,000 and $4,000 to like 65.
Oof. This turns out it's
120.
not rare.
I don't think it has anything to do with that. I just
Well, does it really have the fan base that Pokemon
That's the
yes,
thing.
and stuff have?
yes. So
But is it
Okay,
the fan
so-
base that loves the show but doesn't care about the collectibles?
Or they like a comic or something, and that's what they'll have a physical media or something, and it's not.
So
Just 'cause
I'll put things into perspective. And this is from like my location.
Okay.
You've heard me say I've kind of veered. I'm now more interested in sitting on sealed Magic the Gathering product.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a ton of TCGs. Okay.
Mhm.
You still have Pokemon, which is top dog, will always be top dog. Like nothing is ever going to fucking touch it. Period.
No.
End of conversation. But One Piece, Riftbound, Gundam, those all just kind of like blew up in the last 18 months, 2 years, give or take. Why, I don't know. One Piece, a lot of scantily clad animated chicks, like to me, like what the hell's the point? Like I'll go watch all like the Japanese anime shit that streams for free on multiple stations if I actually want to see that. The biggest reason, one, from a player base, it is very popular. The local card shop, or I should say local game store that I go to, all their One Piece scheduled events that they have, they are fucking cram packed. Now, mind you, the shop only holds 16 people from a game perspective, but the place is fucking packed.
Okay.
From a explosion price point perspective, a lot of it had to do with very low print runs.
Okay.
So
And-
that created desirability and scarcity and things along
Manufactured
those lines.
scarcity.
Mhm.
And the reason why I think it's weird that some of the older sets are tanking, or I should say the singles. I don't know about sealed product because, again, like I have no interest in One Piece, so I don't track it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the newer sets, the manufacturer has come out that they're going to reprint a few of them, and they've never done it before. So I think it's just kind of like a snowball effect, although they're doing with the newer sets. They're like, okay, well, if they're going to do it with the newer sets, is it a possibility that they're going to go way the fuck back here and reprint some of those, which you're talking 4 or 5 behind? So, like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. It's different with like Magic the Gathering. It's not uncommon for, although yes, they're constantly putting out new sets, but 6, 7, 8 sets are constantly in the freaking reprint queue until they finally decide, okay, yeah, we're not reprinting this anymore. And so once it runs out, it runs out. Pokemon used to be the same way, but like they can't get their head out of their ass and figure out what the fuck they're doing. And which sucks because my kid collects Pokemon. Dave, like, I know I can't say that Naomi collects it. She enjoys it.
Yeah, she'll enjoy it, and if we get like something cool, it'll be like, oh, that's a cool moment. But it's not like, hey, let's go look up singles, or let me go in the dollar box or the value box and
Dollar
look
box
for
tends to be too high for most of those cards. Seems like most of them are worth 15, 20 cents.
For some of them, but you know, that's what my kids actually been doing. So
like
they're doing the Pokedex challenge.
always like the one like that type of thing. That's
Yeah.
That's
IR
cool.
or whatever.
I purchased my first Pokemon card last Friday. Unfortunately, I purchased it on eBay from PSA. So it's got to come from the PSA vault, which they've given me a tracking number this morning, but I'm not expecting it to be here for a month.
Right.
Because they're just a shit show.
So the interesting thing about Lorcana, and yes, I've been paying more attention to a lot of this stuff as of late, just from a curiosity perspective. Like, you can only dip yourself into one or two things. If not, like, you're literally going to go bankrupt, just for the simple fact that there's so many options. You have to remember, I'm willing to bet when Geoff actually said that, it was around the time in which it was the first initial releases, and all the sneaker bros and all the big money and fucking all that kind of shit literally like ravaged store shelves. And because supply at that time was somewhat limited, you couldn't get it at MSRP. You had to buy the scalper price. If that's what he based that on, that was the same thing for retail sports cards. It's the same thing with Pokemon. You know, getting stuff at manufactured suggested retail price is great, but because supply is a shit show for a lot of situations, most notably Pokemon, all the bots buy the shit at MSRP through the websites, or they know the fucking, delivery schedules. What I find interesting, though, is Target still has the signs. No more than two of each SKU.
Mm-hmm.
So how you're seeing some of these random videos of them literally clearing out shelves at Target, and you can tell when it's a Target, just blows my mind. But like Lorcana somewhat has gone to trash recently. But there's speculation I can't say speculation. There's information out there about the latest set that just dropped, that they're finally getting their shit together. And it's supposed to be getting better from a collectability and a playability perspective. Because if you think about it, it's got the nostalgia piece. It's Disney. Almost everybody who has grown up in the last freaking however many years knows some Disney character. It may not be something that the three of us give two shits about, but there's a lot of people who appreciate and have a love for certain Disney characters. And it's cheaper than Topps Chrome Disney. Just saying.
I think, though, when you create something like that, that's a game, if you swing and miss that hard the first time out, I don't think you recover from that. I think it would be incredibly hard to now build a huge scene for Lorcana. I just don't see it.
Well, the only thing it really has going for it from a playability standpoint is it plays a lot like Magic, which a lot of TCGs do, but the similarities are so close to Magic that it's fairly easy to pick up and learn and play. And that was what kind of kept it around. And having certain players just stick it out, because when shit tanks, you can get really nice stuff and bling out your deck, and
I was gonna say make a really nice deck. Yeah,
but you always have your diehard fans, for whatever reason.
All 8 of them.
But I've never looked to acquire any of it. I've never watched anybody play it. I have gone and kind of looked at some of the cards because all these manufacturers, they all have special treatments, foiling, all this other kind of stuff. So there's some really nice stuff. And some of that shit's expensive, man.
Oh, I bet. Did you buy any of the Magic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
I absolutely did.
Awesome.
Very cool. Well, perfect segue.
First, before we get into that, how's the weather there? Because I just turned on Ryan Hall, y'all, and I'm like,
it's
Dallas flooding. I'm like,
It's got to be near downtown at the moment, because right now
they're talking about tornadoes for us Friday night.
And I knew I saw a few of the chasers. I think Timmer went live, or he's live now, but I'm like, I really haven't paid a lot of attention. I know when March hits, more so it really starts to like elevate, but I'm like, Ryan Hall's on, and it's like 8 o'clock, which never happened. I'm like,
oh. Yeah, it's thundering. If you'd care to respond, Vincenzo, briefly before I dig into the segue.
Yes, feeling better. Bad back.
Mike has asked the last few weeks about you and was concerned of your illnesses and so on and or so forth.
So, story time with Bronco Steve.
Okay.
Well, because like the 4 of you know what transpired last Friday, which is what sparked my story. So for those that are here, sadly on Friday, February 27th, we had to put Trooper down, which sucked. All of us, well, I know Michael probably has in his lifetime, but like 3 of the 4 of us have, lost 4-legged children recently. So I was already all in on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ask Vinny, ask Lois Rung. I've told them from the get-go I was all in on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And yes, a lot of it's nostalgia, but
yeah,
irrelevant. It's just after seeing spoilers, after seeing some of the special card, like there's so much about this set. And then as it got closer to pre-release, the power level and everything else, I'm like, to me, this is an investable set. Not short-term, folks. Not short-term. Everything is long-term. Thanks, Mike. So since my kid also grew up watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because of me, Mostly the older movies, but still, like, they replayed the cartoon a lot too. So, thank you, Mike. I'm like, okay. I said I'm all in. Initially, it was all to sit sealed, but my kiddo and I needed to pick me up. So we went to the local game store, and I bought a case of play boosters, which is 6 booster boxes, and I bought 3 collector booster boxes. 1 collector was put back. 2 we were going to open. So we opened 3 play and 1 collector one day, and 3 play and 1 collector the next day. Had a lot of fun doing sorting. Like, we have pictures of all, like, the bigger pulls from the play boxes. We have videos of every pack that we open from the collector booster boxes. I haven't posted any of them because most people aren't going to give a shit. But we really had fun. We sorted it. We started putting together sets. Thank you, Baz. And I'm like, you know what? We had so much fun. Let's go back. So I bought 3 more collector boosters. So now that's officially technically a case. Technically. Mm-hmm. I put one of those back. So now I have 2 sealed put back as investables. We opened both of those.
Yeah.
Not the ones put back. The ones put back are still put back.
Okay.
So since I bought 3, we were opening 2, and I put the other one back with the other one. So those 2 are still back there, and they're not going to be touched. So we opened 4. Okay. We go back because we pulled some really nice stuff out of those last 2 boxes. And yes, there's a point to this. I will get to showing some stuff here in a minute.
Okay.
We went back to the shop because we wanted to show what we had pulled, because, like, they wanted to know too. I'd also got ETB of the new Ascended Heroes for the kiddo, and they had never opened an ETB ever. And the price was reasonable. It wasn't the, $40 elevated extra price that a lot of people were selling them at. So it was reasonable. They pulled some nice stuff for themselves, which was always fun.
ETB, explain that to some of us that don't know.
Elite Trainer Box.
Elite Trainer Box. Yep. So this is what
I'm sad like. I know that.
So this is what they look like. So, and like they all have a promo. They all come with X number of packs, sleeves, dice, a box that you can store your stuff in, dividers. So it's basically everything you kind of need.
I appreciate the card sleeves. I think those are a really cool part of those things.
Oh yeah, they're.
So if you like the design that's on the box, they have individual sleeves with that same design on them. Yep. And I've seen some pretty cool looking trainer boxes. I mean, I'm never gonna buy them, but
they're sturdy as hell too, and they're sturdy as hell. Those sleeves are like sturdy.
Well, they're meant to be plate, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So we did all that, and like, again, my kiddo's doing the Pokedex challenge. So all that means is 1 Pokemon from each generation. Doesn't matter if it's foil or hollow or an IR, like that doesn't matter as long as it's a Pokemon from each generation. And there's like 1,089 or some shit. Stupid number. So they were looking through binders and, that type of stuff. And they found some more singles. Well, as you know, in the sports space, the saying always goes, don't ever leave the last box.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I took it a step further and said, don't leave the last 2 boxes. So I bought 2 more collector boxes. By far, not bad, but definitely not the best either. So we ultimately opened a case of collector. Wasn't sealed from multiple cases, which means, your odds are not great, not bad, because Magic doesn't guarantee anything in cases. Like, that's not a thing. There's average of what sits in a certain card slot, how many mythics on average you would pull in a play boost. Like, there's some of that, but outside of that, there is nothing set in stone. Unlike in sports, you're going to get a patch auto per box, which means you're probably going to get a bigger one on if you buy a case. Like, you get where I'm going.
Yeah.
So we went through all of that, opened all of them. So the first big pull, and yes, I'm saying big pull because there's 3 chase. I can't say 3 chase cards. There's 3 chase sets. Okay. Or variations, if you want to call it as such. So this was the first big one that we hit.
Krang?
This is Krang. This is what they call an 8-bit surge foil.
Mm-hmm.
There's 10 of these. So you've got like your turtles. You've got one that's Shredder. You got Casey Jones, But this was the first quote unquote big hit that we pulled. 85 to 120, depending on not huge significant value, but still cool in itself. Like, These are awesome. Next big hit. I don't know when they introduced this type of foil, but this was one of the big chases from the last set. So they brought it back in this set. The only difference that I think there is, these are called Japanese showcase, so alternate art. But this is what they call a fracture foil, and it's really not going to show up very well. But I mean, you can see the edges.
Yeah, I can see it on the edges.
So normally, like, this would be what you would go after. Since there's no serialized cards in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, still a cool card. It's about 120, 140 bucks. Again, nothing huge, significant. Now, the big chase cards. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, only 4. So, don't know how many were printed. Probably won't ever know. But you have one of each turtle. And they are in a specialized foiling. So this is about anywhere between $2,600 and $3,000.
Holy shit.
This is the gold signature gold foil original art of Michelangelo.
That is incredible.
And what made this even more special, this came out of the last pack out of box 4, the last card.
That's just badass.
Holy cow. I like the Kevin Easton signature on there.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's so cool.
less than 1% is the odds of pulling one of the 4 of those cards. So
Well, and I would imagine Michelangelo and Raphael are the most expensive ones.
well,
They're the biggest fan favorites among the 4 turtles.
so Leonardo just sold for $2,600. Now there
He
has
was
been
my favorite because I like swords.
He was my favorite, but Mikey was my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
My kid, Mikey, is their number 1. Donnie is their number 2. So, go figure. They're number 2, and they're number 1, my number 2. But yeah, less than 1% is the odds of pulling one of those. And there were some early sales, like best offers. There is a lot of people who had them listed at like $40,000 buy now best offer, which they're never going to get.
Right.
My guess is there's anywhere between 15 and 25 of each turtle is going to be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm watching all the auctions because I'm curious.
Right.
Just to see. But yeah, a Leo just sold today for $2,600.
That's incredible.
So,
and that's without paying, and that's not even including the taxes.
Correct.
Wow.
Yep. Eight something in shipping, and it has to go to authentication.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
the only reason I know about it is because I came across a good-looking chick with huge boobs opening it.
But yeah, it's again nostalgia roller coaster for sure. We had a blast working on a master set as close as what you can, like not including like these
right
or these, the huge stuff we're not going after. But like last I checked, I think we're 32 cards short of like the regular base and then the foil sets, which is pretty damn good considering it's such a small set. The duplication is horrible.
That's
because
what
it's
I
so
saw
small
when I was watching it being opened.
Yeah, because it's so small. But it could have been worse, so to speak. And it's going to give us something else to work on. I spent a shit ton of money. Well worth it, though.
Yeah.
What we pulled and what we'll sell basically covers it all.
Out of curiosity, what does one of the collector boxes cost?
$399.99 plus tax.
Well, I didn't look it up, but it definitely intrigued me because for the same reason, nostalgia purposes, I'm like, this is freaking cool. The artwork is why it's cool. I was going to look to see if any of it was being sold when I'm up there this weekend.
Well, and so I'm going to be brutally honest. Like, I don't give a shit about what people say, what the internet says about this set. I never gave two flying fucks about people were saying. People were all dogging it. It's all garbage. It's going to go to zero. It's going to be worthless. Wait, don't spend your money. And because Spider-Man really left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, there's rumor and speculation that they reduced the print run for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because of that, to avoid the possibility of significant money loss. I mean, Wizards of the Coast is there to
right now. Fucking piece of shit.
What'd you hear last? Am I back?
Yes, you're back. Because what I was
What'd
going to
you
say, my argument against that was there's a million different ways to get Spider-Man cards. Not
Oh,
just
yeah.
from big. Whereas the Ninja Turtles, we have the original packs from when we were kids, when the movies and stuff came out. You had those. There has not
There's
been
another. There's another one. There is another one.
When?
Recent.
Yeah.
Recent.
Was it the
and nowhere near the price point of Magic.
Okay. Was it the regular turtle stuff?
I'm going to be honest with you, Michael. I have not tried to look for singles
Okay.
just to kind of see like what they did, how the cards look. I just know it's when you think of. I was trying to think of a comparison.
The Last Ronin would be a cool product, specifically because of the artwork, if they made it. But
Yeah,
that's a little niche.
Yeah, I was trying to think of because the booster boxes are like this.
Okay.
24 packs, maybe.
Okay.
But again, I haven't gone to it's piqued my interest, but it's very cheap. Very cheap.
I like cheap.
And I think it's not meant to be an investable type thing. It's literally meant to buy and open if you want to just open some shit.
Cool.
I would recommend though seeing if you can find some of the singles just to see what it looks like. Because if there's not anything that you care to look at, then don't waste your money. Even though you're still talking I think they're like $40. Like they're dirt cheap.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was gonna look for sealed product of the Magic when I was at this show. I was gonna keep my eye out because last time I was there, I bought a box of. It was a nice box of Disney cards. I can't remember which one it was, and I brought it home for Alicia to open. So they had tons of non-sports card boxes. So I was going to look to see if they had the turtle. That's why I was asking you what a price of it was. That way I don't have sticker shock or anything.
So again, collector booster boxes, and that is the only place that you can get like these.
Right, which is why that's what I would buy.
But don't be surprised if somebody's not going to be selling them for $425, $440, $450.
Okay.
A lot of people would tell you to wait, but you can get them on eBay now, I think, for $390-ish plus shipping plus tax.
I would buy nothing sealed product-wise from eBay. Fuck them people.
Well, they're Flipside Gaming. There's literally there's some card stores that sell sealed product. So that's the places that I would recommend if you did that's the type of places that you would do.
Yeah. See, I would almost feel like I'd want to buy a sealed case, not individual boxes, because if they've already opened 4 boxes out of the 6 and
you're not gonna know.
Yeah, they've already pulled one of those giant monster cards and they're just going to sell the other 2. Because why open $800 worth of product when you know likelihood of anything good coming out of it is low?
Well, and that was one of the conversations for the second 3 boxes is they told me it was from a new sealed case.
Mm-hmm.
It was Magic Night there in the store. So there were multiple people there playing Magic. And somebody had bought a collector booster box and they pulled a Surge foil. And I'm like, fuck. Granted, you don't know because there's nothing guaranteed in a case.
Right.
We one play booster box had 2 source cards. Those are supposed to be 1 every 28 packs. So 1 per box. You get 1 per collector booster pack. We pulled 2 in 1 collector booster pack. So
it really is random.
Correct. And I happened to be we were there when he pulled the Surge foil, and I think it was Leo. I think it was Leo. And I'm like, shit. Because there was 5 boxes on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, I was like, hey, just out of curiosity, you said it's a fresh case. Do you happen to have just the empty collector box inner case? And he kind of looked at me. I was like, yes, the empty box that collector boxes come in. Do you have an empty box? Because I want to be able to stick mine in there so
Right.
I can close it up and not look at them.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked back there and he's like, well, come to find out, the 6 boxes that we got were random 6 boxes. So it wasn't a sealed case.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, well, that changes things.
Well, dang it.
So my kid picked the 3 in the middle. And by far the 2 best boxes that you probably could have ever hoped for.
I found a card I want.
What? Well, before you buy anything, let's talk in after hours, Michael.
Right.
Please.
Oh no, I'm not just gonna buy something randomly. But I love the looks of the Casey Jones Vigilante Hollow Legendary. It is just a really cool looking card.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, if you get if collectors, if you want a collector, buy what you can, because again, there are no reprints with collectors. Once they're gone in stores, what you see online and whatever people stash back, that's it. There is not a second wave that'll come.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If for any reason you want to play booster, wait 6 months. I can get you one for probably cheaper than what you'll be able to buy anywhere. Okay. I'm just telling you. Okay. Yeah. Don't overspend it. I'm just saying. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But it's gonna be six months from now, probably.
Right. Well, I'm never going to actually play the game.
I know. I don't play anymore. Yeah. I will not play anymore. But we opened everything except for the stuff that we stashed back. We opened everything. What isn't part of the master set and the partial set that my kid has, everything else is being sold.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not going to, and I'm not going to sell whatever the card you want. If I have it,
yeah,
I'll give it to you.
No,
seriously. Cause a lot of this stuff is reasonably priced. It's a few bucks. Yeah. And I'm not going to sit there and, that's $7.50. Yeah. Come on, dude. You know me better than that.
Right.
But again, we had a blast. We needed it. Memories, because again, I have pictures of all the main hits from every booster box, and every collector pack we opened is a video, and they're all on my phone.
Awesome.
And crazy enough, we had 2 booster boxes that had 8 mythics. And if anybody knows anything about Magic, mythics are the top echelon of any Magic set. It's the least number of cards. So it's common, uncommon, rare, and then mythics. And most sets have anywhere between 15 and 20 mythics. 2 to 3 a box is typically the average. So we had 2 boxes in which we pulled 8 mythics, which is
that
just
had to be
unheard
fun.
of. Just unheard of. And I can top that. So I wanted the. Is it right here? I'm gonna have to get it just so you can see it. So This is a pre-release pack. Okay. So when you sign up for pre-release, it's for every new set. You buy one of these. It comes with 6 packs, a sealed promo card that used to be fucking stamped with the date, and they stopped doing it. Dumb. And it comes with a D20, a spin down die specifically for the set. And I'll get it here in a minute and I'll show it to you. So the sealed
I'm curious
promo,
to see if it looks like the one that I saw the girl pull. Of course, she's spinning. You're back. It only does it for a few seconds, but it's always right in the middle of you saying something I want to hear.
So I don't know, because there's these also come in the bundles, and then like the bigger D20s come in the pizza boxes, which are, so this is the D20. That's the turtle head.
Yep. And it looks like ooze, doesn't it?
Well, like this, I mean, it's green and purple. So like
the one I saw, it was like the green was like swirled.
That could be from the bundle.
Okay. And
do you remember what the box looked like? Because there's three things. There's 3 things that you can get a spin down.
I think it was a bundle. It opened up and it had the die and it had a couple other little trinkets, and then it had like 6 or 9 packs or something like that.
Did the box look like or the storage box, did it look like the turtle van?
Yep.
That's the bundle.
Okay. Yeah, it was the van, which was a super cool box.
That is, yeah, that's they did this set right. And a lot of people are bitching about like some of the art. I'm like, all y'all can fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Like go pound sand. Like but anyway, so the pre-release, it comes with 6 packs, and it allows you to open your 6 packs, build a deck, and then play the new set. That's the whole point of pre-release. They are random play booster packs. The sealed promo can either be a rare, a foil rare, or a foil mythic. Okay. But then you have the 6 packs. Well, we opened 2 pre-release because keep in mind, like, everything has to be even with us. Like, that's just the way shit works. My pre-release pack had 3 mythics, two basic mythics and 1 rare mythic, which like, holy shit. And then my kids also had 1 mythic. So out of 2 pre-release kits, 12 packs, we pulled 4 mythics. Like that is not supposed to happen. And that is not the promo card either. Both promo cards we got were rares. So like that wasn't even included in the count. So it's been fun. A lot of sorting, a lot of sleeving, a lot of top loading, but it's been fun. So like, I don't know if you can see some of the stuff all on the table.
Yeah. That's great.
But, again, we still have quite a few holes, but again, like some of the stuff is fairly cheap or will eventually be cheap. This is still pre-sale pricing. So like I need to get shit up online as quick as what I can, because technically this set releases Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, so technically it hasn't even released. So, but a lot of stores are, I think, a little bit concerned because a lot of the stuff that they're having to sell the product at is below MSRP and not much over cost.
Oh.
So they're trying to recoup the money now while the nostalgia is still there and the kind of the hype is there for crazy people like me and other people, because like Vinny has been thinking about getting a box, not a collector box, but at least a booster box. And same thing goes for you, Vinny. Like if that's something that you ultimately want, give it 6 months. Seriously. Because of all things, I sure the hell don't want either one of you guys to overpay. It's not worth it. Yeah. The only difference is yeah, you're going to have to compensate me for shipping, but at least there's no tax. And I will sell it to you at the price point in which I get it for. So the only added cost to you guys would be the shipping. But like I have a sealed case coming. And no, it's not being opened. But I have a sealed case of play boosters. I have a sealed case of commander decks. I've got a sealed case of bundles. Like when I told people I'm all in, I am all in. The only thing I did not buy a sealed case of is the pizza bundles, because those things shot up like big time.
Okay.
Big time. Last I checked, if you want one, because I'm going to be honest, like they're the fucking coolest thing. It looks like a pizza box, okay? And like the inside part of it, there's like grease. It looks like grease stains on certain parts of it. The spin down die is a bigger spin down die. It comes with, I think it's 9 play boosters, 2 promos, which you can only get in the pizza bundle. There's 4 total, but you get 2.
Okay.
And then you also get a collector booster.
Okay.
So if you don't want to pay the money for a box for 12 packs and pay that big ass price point, last I checked, Walmart, like the Walmart, not one of their affiliates, the Walmart was pre-selling them at MSRP, which is $99.97. So if you want the experience of opening play booster packs and a collector booster and get the bigger die, that's what I would tell you to go buy.
Yeah, so for $100, you get the 2 exclusive promos, you get the die. The booster pack is essentially like a $40 pack.
Correct. And then 9 play boosters.
The collector, yeah. Okay. I mean,
yeah.
So it's the value's there at $100.
Correct. It comes with lands too. I don't know if they have any foil treatments on any of the lands or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like the collector boosters are the only packs that you can get the pizza lands. So they're slices of pizza.
Yeah, I saw some of them. They were cool.
Yeah.
I like those, and then I like the ones the land where it was
the rooftop.
Yes, where they're jumping. They have all the turtles jumping. When it's just the silhouettes.
Yeah, that's the only 2 lands that they have in this set.
Okay. Yeah,
they have the dull ones that'll look kind of probably like this in the bundle. But like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You're talking Michael into spending a lot of money. I can just see it.
Well,
no, like I'm actually trying to save him money.
I know, but I mean, you're just like, well, this is out there and this is out there, and he's like, fuck, that stuff I like. Oh shit,
yeah, it's cool. But my thought is, whenever I go to shows now, I'm always going to bring back some sort of box so Alicia and I can open it together, because we had a lot of fun doing that. So I may buy myself a $400 box and then buy, a $100 box for her to open. But
or go with the bundle. I mean, the bundle, like, it's 9 packs. There is a promo. There is the spin down die. There is the fucking Turtle Van box. Like, I mean, this one is really cool. And like, again, the shit's at random.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the only difference is you're not going to be able to pull the big ticket cards.
The monsters, yeah.
That's only in collectors. Which is why they're $400 a box.
Correct.
But that's where all the big dollar shit comes out of Magic nowadays. It's all in the collector boxes or the collector packs, I should say. So we can talk more from a pricing perspective, Michael. Like if you want to buy it, I'm not going to talk you out of it because I think you're going to enjoy the shit out of it. But at the same time, there's better ways to do it. Like get a pizza bundle, be able to open a collector booster pack, and then look to buy some of the singles. But wait, just wait.
Yeah.
Do not do it right now. This is pre-sale pricing and stuff is still stupid.
Okay.
Give it 30, 45 days at least and let it kind of settle. But if there's certain things that you are interested in now and they're reasonably priced, let's talk and I'll see if I have some that normally I'd be throwing up on eBay. And then you won't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Yeah. Well, then it's just funny. I happened to watch one of those videos this weekend, like Saturday or Sunday morning. I watched the van box being opened. And then when you're mentioning Magic, I'm like, what about the turtle stuff?
Well, and honestly, like I didn't know it was a thing initially until Lois Rung brought it up. And then Vinny and I kind of started talking about it. And then I was like, okay, well, now I need to create a group chat with me, Vinny, and Lois Rung so we can talk Pokemon and Magic because like nobody else wants to hear this shit. So like, and I told him from the get-go, like I am all in. So I have 2 pizza bundles on pre-order. One I'm going to keep sealed. One we will open. Yes, I know it's the odd number, but the only other thing that there's 2 other things outside that I haven't either prepaid or purchased yet that I want to get sealed and not open. It's called Turtle Team Up, and basically it's a 4-player co-op. Kind of a cool concept. It really is. But nothing of significance. And especially if if you don't give 2 shits about playing the game, it's not worth it. It's just, I want it because it's part of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The other thing that you may or may not want to think about, this will not have the promos. This will not have a spin down. It's called Draft Night. It comes with 12 booster packs, 12 play booster packs, and 1 collector. They're selling right now anywhere between $89.99 and like $109.99. I think they're actually going to drop a little bit because, again, a lot of people are not fond of this set. Yeah. So that's another option.
How much were the bundles?
$70, give or take, 65 to 70.
And it was what, 6 packs and 1 collector?
9. It should. No, the regular bundle should be 9 packs.
Okay.
And that's 70. The pizza bundle should be the same. 9 packs, collector boot. Like,
okay.
Don't hold me to the count and
yeah, I mean, I can do my
bundle.
research. I can not be lazy and looking for it myself.
Well, like I'm almost 100% positive the regular bundle should be 9 play boosters.
Okay.
Plus the promo, and I think you're going to get a few foil lands, and I think they're the rooftop lands.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yep, and then again, like there's another pack that they'll look like this. They'll still be like the rooftop, I think. They're just
not foiled.
Shrunk. Yeah, and they're shrunk.
Yeah.
There
is a TCG shop in my town that I just recently learned of. So I may go look there like next week or something like that to see if they get any of it in. Because I don't have any card shops in town. There was one little rinky dink one that lasted maybe a year, but I went in there twice with a chunk of time in between, and it was the same stuff. The guy, the guy didn't know what he was doing. And it's really difficult in a town where there aren't a lot of collectors per se.
Right.
There used to be back in the day. There used to be a couple big shops, card shops but it was Queen City Collectibles. They did sports cards, but they also did a lot of coins.
Okay.
But it closed down a lot of years ago, probably 15, 20 years ago now at this point.
I mean, ours, so now, well, we'll drive one more time, but any other time we end up, like, our agreement was we walk. It's a 15-minute walk.
Okay.
But, the reason why we drove the few times is
carrying that much stuff back.
I'm not carrying that shit home. And the next time we go, like, I have a 3,200 count super shoe over here with commons, uncommons that, like, I'm going to figure it out and give me store credit.
Yeah.
Of course, give me my box back and my dividers and all that other kind of shit that's in there. But, like, take your time. I'm in no hurry. But anytime after that, we have the agreement. We have to walk. And it's good exercise for both of us. It's literally, it's a 15-minute walk each way. But yeah, again, it's so much fun. I don't give two shits of what people say about it. I really don't, because again, nostalgia is a crazy drug, and that wasn't the whole reason. I was already all in on the set to begin with. I just didn't expect to open any of it. And I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did.
100%.
And even if we wouldn't have pulled the huge card.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have cared. And if I couldn't have afforded it, I wouldn't have done it.
Right.
So, and that's the thing. It's like, because I kind of got the look a few times and I'm like, kiddo, listen, if I couldn't afford it, I wouldn't be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put us in a situation where we're going to be kicked out of our apartment because I can't pay the fucking rent. Like, no.
What do you mean you won't take these uncommons and rares as rent?
Yeah, right. But wait, hey, this card sells for this. That's a month and a half of rent. What's up? Like,
Have you heard of kabooms?
Right. In downtowns.
Yeah. Well, now there's a product that came out. It's a Donruss product, and it's Uptowns, and they're green, and you get one per box or something like that. I'm like, way to water it down even more. And it's like one per, and I don't think they're hobby boxes. I think they're retail boxes where you're just guaranteed one of these green Uptowns.
That's just dumb.
Yeah.
Well, and we've talked about this a little bit. A lot of the retail stuff for 2025 football is still readily available online, in stores. And we're talking Prism and Optic, Select, stuff that normally would sell out pretty damn quick. Panini decided to not go out with a bang, at least for licensed stuff this year, which personally I kind of had a feeling they were going to do. But like Optic blasters and megas I think, only have uptowns in them this year. Unlike last year, you had downtowns, downtown duos, and uptowns as case hits, along with like Sunday Kings and whatever else. I'm sure there's other case hits in this year's Optic, but I have yet to see a downtown come out of Optic retail this year.
It'd be nice if they stopped making them for 5 years.
And then with Prism blasters, like there's nothing. There is literally like nothing. Like the cool retail parallel, those are kind of cool looking, but they're not numbered. And you literally can't really pull shit. Like before long, if stores still have it on the shelves, you will probably find Prism football retail on the clearance shelf. Just saying.
Yeah.
So I won't say at some point 10 years down the road that there may not be some sort of value, because like you can still pull silver, Prism silver rookies. Like that stuff is still there. We all know like Prism silvers, I won't say hold their value, but people do want them, especially of the big rookies. But so
I think those have taken quite a big hit.
They have
because of the price hike and grading is gotten.
Yep.
The price hike and the wait time, there's literally no ability to grade and make money.
Yeah, not unless you want to spend the big bucks to fucking push your shit through.
Yeah, in which case, I mean,
for a big card, I could understand.
Yeah, but then you have to also then pay the fucking upcharge on that.
Correct. So yeah, I mean, I've changed my thought process. Like I still have some sealed football for this year. Nothing like what I used to, but like I picked up a box of Prism. I picked up a box of Optic. The bigger brands, or I should say the more collectible brands, I should say. But if I stumble across Prism 2025 Prism football at Target one day and it's on the clearance shelf for $20, I'd probably buy another one. That's $15 off because they're $35, which is stupid because Prism used to be $30 all day long in the last few years. Now, I'm sure they may have been cheaper before that. But you can still get them. Like you can go on target.com right now and get a box. Well, maybe not right now. Earlier today, you could have had your choice. Prism Blaster, Prism Mega, Optic Mega, Optic Blaster. Select just dropped. Only blasters right now. But like WNBA Prism blasters still online. I know the rookie crop is not near as good as last year's, but second year cards of all those badass rookies from the year before are going to be in this product. And they're going to be in the inserts and the parallels. And there's still autos in the product.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Caitlin has autos in this year's Prism. And probably would be easier to pull since it's not a rookie. Just a guess. Like, I'm not telling everybody to go run out and buy it. And like, Steven, you said, no, I'm not giving you any advice here. I'm just.
Well, and they're really going to hurt themselves if they don't have a season. It will tank. It'll tank everything.
I think that's part of the reason as to why it's
died
still
down
kind of sitting.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me wonder. Oh, wrong browser. I'm curious to see. Because I don't know if anybody knows this, but Dick's Sporting Goods has their own variation or their own parallel for Prism. This is the second year that they've offered it via
Please tell me it
Blaster.
says Dicks on the WNBA
No.
cards.
No, it does not.
Damn it.
It does not.
I was going to collect a set.
No, it does not. Yeah, and I had a feeling it would. So the Dick's version is sold out, which I knew it would. I knew it would. But like that, those are selling for, I think, almost 2 times what a normal blaster box did last year. The Dick's variation. Not saying that it'll do the same, but I did see some I'll call them pre-sale pricing because I think I just got my box like 2 weeks ago. There was some pre-sale pricing that people were already buying them for like $60 on the secondary market, and they hadn't even been released yet. And Dick's was selling them for like $40. The crazy thing is Dick's finally has put a cap on the number of units you can buy. Last year, you could buy up to a case, so up to 20.
Okay.
Now, of course, with megas, that may or may not be the same case, but in a lot of sense, you could buy up to a case. Now, whether or not you got a sealed case, I can't confirm or deny if that ever happened, because again, like I don't pay that much attention to shit. But yeah, it's the sealed retail market is garbage right now. Which is not, and I'm not trying to dog it, but you know, for those people who enjoy opening stuff from time to time, although yes, some of the prices are increased, you can still get it. You may not be able to get it in the store, but it's a lot of it's still sitting available online. You just have to wait for it to get to your house.
I didn't know it was coming up that quick.
So, but again, I still firmly believe because I want to say the last time I was in Target, there was at least like 20, 25, 26 boxes of Prism football. How many times has anybody walked into anywhere and seen that many blaster boxes of Prism football? Never. Never.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why I stand behind. Give it some time. If you want to open some, give it some time. They are gonna be on the fucking clearance rack. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I've never seen optic football ever in Walmart or Target. I didn't buy any because I already had my one box. But they had like 16 or 18 boxes.
Damn.
Of course, by the time we went back, they were all gone. Like 5 days later, they were all gone, which, of course, I figured they would. But again, like I didn't care because I had mine. But I'd never seen it. Never once have I ever seen optic blasters on a shelf at a retail establishment. And the only reason why optic still sells is because their case hits are, how do I put this? Seem to be much easier pulled than others. So people are willing to take a chance.
Okay.
So I don't know. Damn, I've talked most of this show. What the fuck is going on? Somebody else talk. I'm gonna shut up now.
I've been helping.
No,
No,
it's- Dave obviously wants you to talk.
well, since we last spoke, I created an LLC. So I'm going to sell vintage cards at the local YMCA. So I thought
Yeah,
I'd
you're
do
gonna
that. I thought I'd branch out a little bit.
Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know how that goes.
Yeah, I'm going to get right on that. I'll stick with
Yeah.
my other job that I found after 22 years. And
You got to
yeah,
write a book.
yeah, Stuke, right next to the Girl Scouts. Come in for the Girl Scouts, leave with the vintage.
I need some lemonades.
No, and not
I-
to change
Oh, go ahead.
the subject real quick, but on a positive note, I may or may not have mentioned this before, but I started taking Chantix at the beginning of the year to quit smoking. It's been a ramp up. So March 1st, I finally started taking 2 pills a day. So we are now March 4th. Yesterday, I had 9. Today, I have only had 7, and I'm getting ready to go smoke number 8 because it's been like 4 hours and I really want one.
Okay.
But
That's pretty good, dude.
going from a pack and a half a day to less than half a pack,
That's huge.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
That's pretty darn good, dude. I'm
So
glad you're back on the wagon to quit.
it does help with the cravings. It's still hard. It's still difficult. I'm not going to say it's the magic drug and makes everything so much easier. It does curb cravings. The hardest part sometimes is the routine. But that's also one of the main reasons why I stopped smoking in my car years ago, is because that was always the hardest place for me. Granted, I don't drive a whole lot, so that kind of helps.
Unless you're driving 6 hours from Michigan to Chicago.
But when I do, I don't. Well, that was a rental car. I sure the hell ain't gonna smoke in that. But you get what I mean. So I just figured I would share the news that I'm on the straight and narrow. My hope is that things continue to dwindle. Like today, I'll probably have the same amount that I did yesterday, but still, that's better than what I could ever imagine being at this moment in time. Especially, smoking for 33 years. So, anyways, I will be back because I want one. Again, it's been 4 hours.
And Michael and Dave, your candy from Christmas was consumed today by C because she got her braces off. So we cracked into that bag. I've been saving Michael's bag of
The gummy bears.
gummy bears. And
Hell
she
yeah.
had that and Swedish fish and airheads and starbursts.
Hell yes.
And she's like, Dad, I love this. She's like, and she goes, don't my teeth look whiter? I'm like, okay. I said, if you say so. But she's happy. And the mad Serbian tonight, he looked at her and he said, something different about you. I don't know what. But I'm like, and then she smiled at him. He goes, you vampire, get away from me. Romanian. I'm like, dude, you're we hail from the same area. So he calls me his fellow countryman and he busts my wife's balls something fierce. It's great. So, and she practiced really good tonight. So it was a good day. And then I'll show this. Speaking of Prism,
That is gorgeous.
So it's not the gold, but
No, it's
this is to
orange.
this is the orange to 50. I think the I forget what the gold is, to 10 or 25, and I haven't put the scratch together to grab it, but I saw this and I lost out on this other card, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab that. And he has the A, not the captain
The alternate.
badge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is 17 of 50, which is also cool. So,
That's an awesome card.
and I was like, yeah, it's a freaking banger. Thank you. And Mike, that is a good point too about the peanut butter cookies from Girl Scouts. I've resisted well this year. They've been at Lowe's and they've been at where else? They were at Kroger a couple times. And my wife's like, you don't have any cash. It's the only reason you're not doing it. I said, pretty much. I said, because if I had a 20 on me, I'd have bought 2 boxes. Because they're like, I remember when they were $3 a box. Now they're like 4 or 5.
And they're
You-
smaller.
Yeah, and they're smaller. So I might break down, but I have to get some cash. I usually carry it, but I've been sick for freaking
I put
4
the Thin
weeks.
Mints in the freezer too.
Oh yeah, those are good too in the freezer.
But lemonades and the peanut butter sandwiches are my favorites.
I like Samoas too. Shit's so bad for you, but oh, they taste so good. What's not bad for you anymore? So
Yeah, everything is.
yeah.
Everything's processed and all contain carcinogens.
Yeah. The only good thing about this whole ordeal is I lost 13 pounds because I didn't want to eat for like 2 weeks. And then now I still am like, I'm eating twice a day, if that. My neck's just.
I got
Huh?
13 pounds you can have.
I don't need these, I'll tell you what, because it's right here in the back of my neck, and it's just. So my wife ordered me a new chair for down here because she said this one's got to be 10 years old, and she said I think you're sitting there. Today was 8 hours with 2 bathroom breaks because I was in a workshop and I didn't get up, and then I got up and my legs were like, oh, what are you doing, dude? You need to move. I always try to move once an hour, and I'm gonna do it tomorrow because sitting in a chair that whole time, I hate that. I like to get up and walk around. It's the only bad thing about being in a basement. You gotta crawl out to civilization up the steps, and you can't just like turn up the volume on your computer and listen from the other room until you get back. So, but I love this job, so I'm freaking happy.
Good.
Other than that, my wife threatened to divorce me for the 600th time because I got to clean this basement. But other than that, it's the same old, same old. It's like she's right. I have like, dude, I like got rid of 13 bags of clothes that we had in the black garbage bags, the big ones from Sam's. Between me, C, and the better half, it's 13 bags. Like my fat ass backed into another wardrobe. It did. So I'm like, I don't have to buy any pants now. I'm like sound as a pound. And shirts are a little tight still because my neck's a little fat. I got kind of a roll going there. But it's thinning out. So hopefully. And I got a bunch of people that want them, so that's gonna be even better. And then another person said, well, my work will take them for people, and I have dress clothes in there, and people need them for interviews and stuff. I'm like, well, there you go. Do some good in the world for a change.
And if people don't want them, I know Trista's dad picks them up for like veterans. They do something with that, and I don't know what exactly, if they get money for it, but it's like you just go to the meat locker, pop all the stuff on the scale, and you get something by the pound. So again, I don't know what it is to fully talk about it, but I know he
Here,
does that like once a month or once every couple months.
here it's something to do with taxes. People, when I first moved here, they said go get your receipt from Goodwill. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, Tyrone, I was 280 at my heaviest. And that's it. I'm a little over 6 foot tall. And I was like, that's when we went to the national. I had just dropped 50 pounds and I was about 230. Now I'm about 217. So I want to get down 17 more pounds. Actually, I'd like to get down to 197, 196. When I first moved, no, the year before I moved, I lost all kinds of weight and I was pushing, 196, 197. And everybody's like, you're too skinny. I said, but fuck, do I feel great? I just felt fantastic. So I really don't care what people think. So I tried to stay there.
I've weighed the same the last 2 years, which blows my mind. Go to the doctor, you get weighed. Year later, it's like, huh.
That's pretty darn good. Because our metabolism isn't speeding up.
Yep.
And my love of food is still there. Like Meredith made friggin' homemade fettuccine Alfredo. I never liked fettuccine Alfredo for 50 years. Not my cup of tea. This stuff,
Well, you're wrong.
I was wrong. Because this stuff is, I mean, my oldest daughter's old boyfriend, he used to bring it home from catering in its tin, and it was phenomenal. That's the only one I really ever liked. She tried to make it on her own, and she made it with like bear chicken, the kind you get in a bag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. No.
And it was just, we had it yesterday, and I just ate some before I came down here. I had a little bit left. I'm like, that's dinner, and it was phenomenal.
I make a pretty mean shrimp Alfredo.
Well, I would eat that, but my problem is the shrimp would cause me to no longer be with the IRP.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah.
I like to smoke chicken and use that smoked chicken in my Alfredo, and I make the Alfredo sauce homemade.
Yeah,
as do I. It's
once you learn how, it's so easy. Once you learn how to do it, you're like, I'm not buying the shitty jar stuff again.
No,
there's no comparison.
Yeah, it tastes like ass. The shit out of the jar, it's terrible.
Like I have the jar red sauce, tomato basil from Kroger. So if we're in a pinch and we just need quick dinner,
that I can deal with. But that I could deal with.
Yeah.
Because that you could add a little bit of salt and pepper and you're good.
Yeah.
The Alfredo sauce out of the jar, like like you gotta doctor the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's actually kind of, well, at least the one I tried almost has like an aftertaste.
Yeah. It's not, no.
Alfredo, it either had like the ragu has no flavor whatsoever. And then the ones that do have flavor, it usually just tastes like feet.
Bertolli. I didn't care for it.
Yeah, no. That's a bad one. Prego is awful.
I used to love Prego.
I don't think Prego makes any sauce good.
I used to take Prego and put them on English muffins and make pizzas out of them.
If I buy a jar now, it's Rayo's.
That's what we have.
Yeah, yep. I get the vodka sauce. Season me like the vodka sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And
I go the Arrabbiata because I like the spicy marinara.
Yep, that's what my kid loves.
And it's funny because some you'll get it's pretty mild. Then other jars you'll get
it's hot.
Will light you up.
Yes. Yep.
My wife makes a good sauce
I'll
too.
pour it out, and I'm like, oh man, I saw a lot of seeds.
Yep.
My
Yeah,
brother's sauce was the best I ever had. It was you could stick a spoon in there, a wooden spoon, in this cauldron he would make it in, and it would just stand up. It was fantastic. And then he would take that and make Sicilian pizza with it because you
Okay.
cook the sauce for Sicilian.
Mhm.
And then he would make another different sauce for the regular New York style he would make. The one thing I always said, my uncle even said he should have opened a pizzeria because we'd have been good because he could freaking make a pie. Good God Almighty!
When it comes to pizza, I like my sauce on the sweeter side.
Yeah, I do
more
too.
than the robust flavors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's in here. Everybody likes Buddy's pizza. It's Detroit style, but it's got a more vinegary sauce to it.
Okay.
And it's not. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. Well, when we talk about vinegar, I don't like vinegar based the barbecue sauces. I don't mind it. Here in Missouri, this part of the country, it's all sweet.
Yeah, and that's what I like too.
Yeah,
usually,
hickory and brown sugar sweet baby Ray's is my jam.
So, Dave, since you said you wanted to kind of cut a little short, we're coming up on an hour 42. Do we wrap it up with our congratulatory YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame folks? Touch on our snubs, since you actually had top 5 snubs in the descriptor box. Actually, I should say in the title.
Well, my top 5 snub, number 1, I'd go with the Virgil collection not getting in this year. Because there's been more videos about that and LLCs, and if you don't walk this way with Jesus, you're not going to get into heaven because you're not grifting, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember the catchphrase. I lose interest after the first 5 seconds. So that would be one, and then to have a good conversation with the Lightning Nook. That would be a huge snub. The conversation's not getting in. The audio books and the physical media books. I mean, seriously, people, if you got a book and you're not named Mike Kramer,
Jeff Morris.
Jeff Morris.
I mean, even the arena, the Fleer woman and her husband, it's like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't fucking make a book. Nobody cares. And hey, to the twat that stole Dave's fucking name, Midlife Cards, your name is Greg. That's the fucking wrong spelling too. So I hope somebody pushes you off a cliff, along with all your vintage bros. So that's another snub that didn't get in. That I don't know. Who knows if all that stuff they go away because I mean book signings. I mean, you can actually look like Virgil at the 2007 National. My buddy was there, the one I stayed with down in 08, 09, and 11. He walked up to his line and he wanted $40 for an auto. And at the time, he had like a blue mohawk. Not Virgil, the wrestler, the one with Ted DiBiase. But my buddy, and he just laughed at him and then took a picture of the line. And much like Floating Head Jeremy Lee or this rip-off Temu version of Midlife Card Crisis, this other douchebag, the lines for the books are going to look like the lines for Virgil. There's not going to be anybody in there. I'm sorry. You're not that important. The grifting must stop. It's ridiculous. You guys don't have stories. You don't. You've got concocted visions in your head that you made yourself believe they're real tales. So
the words
I've been holding that in for a little bit because I'm real tired of people. Real tired of people. And these fuckers, again, we had dumbasses back in the day.
Yes.
but we were able to flush them out quick, or try to at least get them out of our periphery. These fuckers are like infomercials that come on at like 3 in the afternoon. Like, no, you're supposed to be on at 2 in the morning, and that's it. Or Bobby Burrell. I want to hear about Bobby Burrell fucking talking about knickknacks and like just rando shit that I've never thought of, and like putting it before me and with a photograph and saying, hey, this is from fucking Yugoslavia out of the Yugoslavian version of Cheerios in 1972. That's cool. Somebody talking about they flipped a 1953 Ted Williams card that they got for $6 from some destitute dude that needed money for $3,000. That's not a story. It's a grift.
These statements are the sole are the sole statements of Amish Dave Archer, and do not fully reflect the individuals on the IRP.
Since I don't know who or what he's talking about, Dave, you can attach me to it too.
I was gonna say, I figure Michael will be along with it because it's a good rant, or it's solid and
Yeah.
But yeah, it's stupid. It's almost like getting somebody to want to listen to your music and texting somebody out of the blue.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I live in a world where if I wanted somebody to buy something of mine, I'll put it out in the video, and if you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't, don't. I'm not going to push it as one of my 4 collectors, and I'm going to talk about a book. Really? Okay.
Oh, damn, man. I was going to start peddling Magic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a fucking picture of every bowel movement I have and put in a fucking coffee top photo book and sell that cocksucker on here.
Now that I would pre-order.
And if I really want to go all out, scratch and sniff.
Yeah.
Or pop-up book every time.
Yeah. My dog would love the scratch and sniff.
Alicia would come home and be like, what the fuck is that smell?
Dave's Thanksgiving dinner?
As long as it's an autographed copy.
Man, he must have had chili this night.
I just don't care that much anymore. It doesn't. I lose a card. Yeah. I win a card. Yeah.
Well,
it's like the like I've said it 1,000 times. If it wasn't for you guys, probably wouldn't be back into this. I'd have left a long time ago. Do I love that card? Yeah.
You love every card.
Yeah. I love cards. I love it.
Which, you know, that's what makes you you.
Yeah. I do me. It's like Ron White used to say, I love my dog. I don't really care about yours. But unfortunately, most of the time I do care about dogs more than my cards. Because at a point,
care about dogs more than people.
Fair assessment, Michael. It's like I'm like, if I would never trade, I'd sell all my cards before I let something happen to my dog. Good God Almighty. Let alone something else. But good God, it's just some of the things that I hear on a daily basis in the rumor mill of this hobby of ours. It's like, dude, what does it matter? Like I'm gonna be blunt. I'm never gonna see my brother again for another 30 years. He's gone for now. And to me, you worry about this other shit? Come on. Give me a break about the rise and fall of vintage card prices. Whoopity friggin' do. I'm just being a harsh reality. Think about the real things in life that you need to worry about. Not ball cards. They're great and all that, but if you ain't got the friends and the people to talk to about it, what's it worth? And that's my soapbox extension for the evening. Take it as you may. I wish all the people in the world love, happiness, and joy. But just don't be an idiot.
I just
But
want to go
that's
back
easy.
to simpler times.
Yes, I say that 5 times a day, if not more.
I'll ramble this.
I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I hate everybody, and I want all the bad things in the world to happen to you.
Yeah,
In the words of Chappelle.
Well, I've always said this: I'm an equal opportunity racist. I hate everybody equally, but that only applies in certain situations. But truth be told, I really to go back to simpler times. And I'm more referring to the space, like when video quality was garbage. Sometimes sound quality was terrible, depending on what you used to record
Don't
your
like
shit.
you talking
Lighting was almost always the worst.
Yep, lighting terrible. Like it didn't matter. And again, I'm not dogging like all this post production stuff because some of it's kind of cool. But at the end of the day, like, this is supposed to be a hobby. You do things for a hobby because you enjoy it, not because you're going to get fucking rich off of it. If you want to get rich off of it, fine. Be upfront about it. I can't tell you how many times I said I first started YouTube in hopes to expand my eBay sales. That was my whole purpose. And that changed. It became all about the friendships and the giving, the conversations, not just about cards, but in life, asking for advice, having great conversations. Like, that's what it turned into. That's what it still is. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm never going to sell anything again, because that's not the case. It will happen. But I've never once said that I'm not selling anything. Because guess what? What we would all love to be able to do is to self-fund our hobby. And in order to do that, sometimes you got to part ways with things in order to get other things.
It's how I've always had to collect.
Like, discretionary income is great. Not a lot of us have it. Most of us don't have it. So if you have to sell stuff in order to get other stuff, cool. But
much to Dave's dismay, my ability to sell off stuff is, it doesn't make sense.
I've gotten better. Once the initial couple sell-offs of the clay stuff, now it's better, but that was just like, I still can't. That's like if Josh Johnson did well and some of that stuff would go for big bucks. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I get it. Again, when you asked me, I told you, like, I don't like it, but I get it and I understand. And at the end of the day, it's your stuff.
Right.
I'm not going to like you any less if you sell it or don't. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change our relationship. Doesn't change our friendship. Again, I didn't like it. I hated it.
Yeah.
Because you work so hard for so much. But again, that is how you've always collected. It was just harder to accept because you were the Clay Matthews guy and you were no longer going to be the Clay Matthews guy. So it's like, it changed something, but it didn't.
And there's a lot of people who get stuck in that, and they spend way more than they spend way out of their means to make sure they keep getting all the big cards on every new release of said player, so they can still remain the guy that player guy. And
I did it.
That becomes extremely stressful.
And that's why I stopped. That's why I stopped worrying about all the new shit.
Yep.
Because I'm like, I can't keep doing this.
No. And I mean, TD's in every big product now. Every one of them.
And it's not even just the big product. He's in fucking everything.
Yeah.
And early on, I was okay with it. I'm like, sweet. I'm going to be able to get some new TD stuff here and some of the newer products. Some of the newer products are pretty like.
And then COVID happened. And
gold standard.
That up the ass.
But like gold standard, for instance, like, why would TD have been in gold standard? I didn't give a shit. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
I love 2011 gold standard.
Still one of the best products Panini ever made.
Amen. 2012 was great. 2013 was great. And then all of a sudden it was like all the stuff. And I'm going, as much as what I liked it, like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this because I feel like I'm neglecting what I felt to be my more favorable part of my collection. Because you can't start throwing all the money over here and try and interject something here and there from time to time, because this shit was really more expensive than some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
at the time, I should say.
Yeah. And it slowed down. It started to slow down for me when Clay obviously moved on to the Rams.
Right.
Because I wasn't buying any of that stuff. So after the 2018 season, it was kind of my, okay, this is an opportunity to get away from being a player collector. What else do you want to collect?
Right.
And then I'm like, collect your favorite player you loved watching. Get Brett Favre stuff. And same with Aaron Rodgers, which my Aaron Rodgers collection is only this big. That's it. The Favre stuff is like triple that.
Well, you've had some stuff and gotten rid of some stuff and gotten more stuff and gotten rid of stuff.
Yes, and I'm going to move. There's going to be a couple cards coming out of that stack this weekend, hopefully. And there's going to be a few Favres moving too.
I guess
I've got an idea of what I want.
Right.
There's something specific out there I'm working on trying to get. And then there's a couple more things that I want. And I'm like, I need to have funds available when somebody says, okay.
Right.
So I need to have a stockpile of a few $1,000 just there.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
So
I get it.
But yeah, selling off the handful of cards that I plan on moving this weekend, 5, 10, 12 cards, whatever it'll be, it's not going to put a dent in the cool stuff, the stuff that I consider cool that I'm going to still have. And hopefully the cool stuff I will acquire with said money.
That's usually how it goes for you, though.
Yeah.
You don't get rid of cool stuff to not get cool stuff back. Like, that's just not how you work.
And that's like the flawless Favre guy that wants my flawless Favre that's not for sale. It's hard for a lot of people to understand because another person offered me a good chunk of money for it yesterday because he asked me if it was, I said, nah, that one's not available. He goes, you're not even taking offers? I go, no. And he goes, because I would pay this for it. I go, well, you're not even in the neighborhood. I've been offered significantly more than that, and I still don't want to sell it. I said, because what am I going to do with that money? Try to buy that card. I can't replace it. That's why it's really
like the Brad deal. The Brad deal when he took the that made sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, you're giving up something rare, but you're getting something equally as rarer back and a
chunk of money. Well, and that's what it's gonna take a deal essentially like that to make me move it.
Yep.
Right.
Or and it's only going to be to this one guy. He has just
Is that the set guy?
Huh?
Is that the guy who's building the set?
Oh, he's building the rainbow, but he has probably around 40 different Far Flawless cards.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't have this one.
Okay.
And it's, yeah. So he's super eager to get it, and I understand that. And maybe one day down the road, it will happen, but it's going to take a deal like Brad got, where it's going to be something where I literally can't say no to.
Yeah, you'd almost feel bad saying no. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because at that point, it's like, how's he supposed to feel? It's like, no matter what I offer him, he's telling me no. It kind of feels like he wants it just because I want it so bad. And I've run into those people in my own collecting where it's like, I've offered obscene amounts of money for this card. It's not even what you collect, but it's to the point where now I want it so bad that it makes you want to keep it because I want it so bad.
Right.
And that's always the danger of showing your hand.
So I'll tell you what I'd say to that, and then we're going to wrap this episode up.
Oh no, we got a little more, but
Oh, geez. First and foremost, if you have more into something, obviously your price doesn't reflect it. And if somebody gives you a decent offer and they throw that line at you, well, then guess what? Fuck off. You're going to be sitting on your card forever and a day.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how shit works. If you have more in it, then why are you pricing it the way that you have it priced? Which means people are always going to offer you less than sticker anyways.
Right. Well, or yeah, exactly like I said. Or if you're not willing to take any kind of a loss, don't even put it in the showcase.
That's the other thing.
Because if you're not willing to go, even you don't even necessarily have to go down to market price, because I don't have to sell it at comp. But if somebody's offering, 20 or 30% above what is an established market value for it, and you still don't want to sell it because I have more into it than that, then don't put it in the case.
Yep.
Because nobody's going to pay you 75, 100% above market. Right. It just doesn't happen. And the people that do, those are the cards that don't have selling histories and are extremely hard to find, where my price is my price and you'll either pay it or you won't.
Which, in that case, that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to me, the only reason why they would come back with that, if you made a decent offer, is they have too low of a price on it in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, if you have set amount into card, why would you? What I would feel is you're either you would have to be putting it at that price that you paid for it, or less on the sticker. Mm-hmm. Which, again, most people are going to make an offer which is going to be less, and then you're going to retort with, "Oh, I've got more in it than that." Then why the fuck do you have that price on it?
Well, yeah. I think typically in those situations, it's people probably go, okay, let's say I have 750 into this. I'm going to put 800 on it and hope I break even. But if it's a card that regularly is selling for $600, you've got a boat anchor if you're not willing to let it go.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fine. I mean, it is your card. You can ask what you want.
Yep. But be prepared to sit on it.
Yeah. And don't get
bitchy and fussy and don't be a dick.
Don't get an attitude about me not wanting to pay significantly above market just because you did and there's been a downturn in the market. That's not my
problem.
Yeah.
Dave, you obviously had some other things to say.
Shocking, First, I'll make a complaint about the softball. It's too long-winded to text it all out. And again, I don't know if Naomi like instigated like trying to get like a captain's practice type thing going on. But you got a lot of fluff and feedback from people that probably should have just either shut their mouths or just said, "Hey, we can't make it. Go have fun. Go get them." And the one I won't mention names because I don't want to have that out there. But when people are constantly questioning, like, "Well, who said you could do that?" and she's like, "The assistant coach." Offering up screenshots here. Well, did you reserve gym time? Yes.
What does it matter who is allowing her to do it?
Again, that's
I
part of
know
the
that's
issue.
why you're venting, but I'm sitting here trying to understand and grasp, like, what the fuck does that matter?
Because probably these people didn't position themselves in asking. Because again, basketball's still going on. It's fine. Again, I don't care. And having like, oh man, well, you guys have fun, but I hope nobody gets hurt because I don't want to have people get hurt when we go into the cities for the beginning of the year. I'm like, it's an hour long.
And it's practice.
Like, you got a better chance of hurting yourself in basketball games than
Right.
throwing the fucking ball. And then a couple, I'm like, well, I want a break. I don't want to go to any of this stuff. Then just shut the fuck up. Oh, it's
that applies to this too.
It's like the main character syndrome. You gotta fucking give your opinion on everything. Some people might say I have that, but that's all right. Because so again, we had it Monday. My quads are killing me. They're not as bad because I don't have like a little rubber mat that I can bring into the gym to put my bucket on because I'm not going to scuff up the gym. So I had to crouch, and Tuesday was a bad day. That was real bad. So again, I think they're maybe trying for Friday, and everybody's like, "Oh, I don't know about Friday," and Naomi's like, "I'll be there Friday." I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me if there's 0 and she's the only one. It doesn't matter. You don't want to go. You don't need to give me an excuse. You don't need to say you're going here. You don't need to say I'm tired from this, or just say, hey, whoever goes, hey, have a good time. That's what a good teammate should do. But
Yep. Good luck. Work hard.
Can't wait to get on the field with everyone. Nope. I'm tired. I need a break. Shut the fuck up.
Quit desk rolling on your phone and get some decent sleep. Maybe that would help you not be so tired.
No, come on now.
I feel
Anyways.
attacked.
No.
No. Luckily, I do have entirely too much FaceTime. My phone reminds me every Sunday at 9 a.m. when it sends me my weekly report. I'm like, God, what the fuck? But I sleep like a baby.
I was like, you still get decent sleep.
Yeah,
92% of the time.
Yeah.
And so for Hall of Fame, because again, I want to put that to bed because I know it's one of Michael's favorite subjects.
Can we at least
I was having
positivity
struggle about whether or not I was even going to show up tonight because I was like, I went and I looked at that placeholder and I'm like, oh no, I can't do it again. These last 2 weeks have been real rough for me. Last week was real bad.
Can we end at least on a positive note, Dave?
We'll get there, right? We'll get there. And I know I want to get other things in there as well.
Of course you do.
No. We talked about it already. You had something. You gave me a review or a rough draft or some tinkering, a rough draft, and we'll get to that too.
Oh, I still need to post that.
So, again, I'd say congrats, but I'll give a thumbs up. Mike, yes, Hitman 23. Stuke. And I'm looking on the TV at the placeholder, and I can't tell. I know the one in the middle. That's one of my new best friends. I love it, Mr. Missouri, not Michael, the one
No.
who loves his dog so much. 3D 80s kid, which none of those things in any shape, way, form, fashion, together, singularly, look anything like that. There's no kid. There's no 80s, maybe the age. I don't know who's in the bottom right. My eyes are bad, and I don't remember who else was there. I know that everybody was together. Oh, come on, Rick. Was it the Drew? Was it that dude?
No. Now I gotta go look. Mother of Pearl.
While you're
Judas
looking,
Priest.
we'll congratulate the OGs. And I don't know. That would be an actual snub. I don't know how. I'll say our Drew didn't get in. Like at Lefty NDV. I don't know how he wasn't in and Max A was in. It seemed like everybody voted for him,
Taxes was chasing.
and they voted for Drew. So
Well, most of the votes for Drew and Max were together.
oh, that's what I mean. And I'm like, I don't understand.
Shoebox Legends.
Okay.
Christopher Missouri. Hitman 23. Shoebox Legends is all right. There's nothing wrong with him. He's pretty high up there. Stukes and 3D 80s kid. So Stuke, I voted for. I voted for Hitman 23. I should have voted for Shoebox Legends, but it looks like he didn't need my vote. So he does hockey, so that's great. Max Jackson, he's been around. I watched him before. I don't know Dead Guy Cardboard.
I don't either,
And
but a lot of people do.
Yeah,
He's been
I've
around
heard
a
of
while.
him. I've heard of him. And then Purple GT22, of course, Steve. But the one that blows my mind, well, Eastern Connecticut Sports Cards. Yeah. But what's the other one that I was thinking of? Now I got to try to remember who the other one that I was surprised as all hell that they weren't on the list.
Like Drew will most definitely get in next year. Because I didn't look at I hadn't
Van?
gone back to look at the do what?
Drew Van?
Yeah.
Lefty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Him and BDK, and I'm surprised. But they got a lot of votes.
Well,
Rated
again,
Rookie, that's the one. I'm surprised that dude. I mean, he's got a kick-ass collection. And he seems like a decent fellow. So he just doesn't do a ton of videos anymore.
But again, it's part of the purpose of this is lost its luster, which is why we continuously make fun of it.
It never had any.
To you.
Correct.
And I'm not saying it did to me either, but I'm just stating the fact that, yes, a lot of people have talked about popularity and friends voting for friends, which, again, is fine. That's not against the rules or anything along those lines. But
that's how you get Harold Baines.
Well, a part of me thinks that some of that is not always accurate, because if you go watch other people's stuff and you watch it and you're going, would I consider this Hall of Fame caliber based on A, B, and C? And based on A and C, hell no. B, that's how I kind of look at things. Now, more recently, it's just out of spite. Again, I voted for Mike. Mike has a lot of energy. He's always fun. Voted for Scott, Scott, for the simple fact that, like, the guy knows, I feel like he knows fucking everything possibly ever about anything. Very quiet guy. But damn, does he know a shit ton.
When's Baz up for it?
He doesn't make videos.
That's a shame. I've always just paid his attention to his Instagram. I know that sounds horrible, but
no, but that's where he does most of his stuff, is on Instagram.
Yeah, because I always see it on Instagram. Even when the algorithm doesn't want me to, I search it out.
But you know, it's just one of those things. We know you're old. You don't act it, but we know you're old. It just sometimes the popularity, I think, it takes away from some of it. Because, you know, and no, for the record, we didn't create the IRP in hopes to get in the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame based on the IRP. That was not the purpose of it.
That's why I joined. I'm disappointed every year.
Well, then that was your first mistake. Unlike other people, to me, I feel like some of that stuff is for the sole purpose of it. I don't understand that. To each their own, do whatever you want. But I don't get it. Next year, it'll be the same thing. Like, nothing, because you would think, so 5 channels get in, so you would think at least the top 2, so 6 and 7, should get in the next year. And that doesn't always apply either. And that's because other popular channels become eligible, and it just keeps pushing the other people down. That's not going to be the same on the OG ballot. Like with the number of votes that Drew got, if he doesn't get in next year, like I would be like,
yeah, Drew and Saul could be the 2 top vote getters. BB Kane.
So like, and a ton of multiple old school channels got votes, which I thought was kind of cool for those people who voted for him.
And for those that didn't, fuck you. You're lazy.
Like I said in the past, if you watch other people's ballots and they vote for some OG, all you would have to do is take a few minutes there. That would take you less time than going and looking at the spreadsheet and clicking on the links. Because yes, in essence, if you really wanted to do like major research, that would take a lot of time. I would agree with that. For those who know nothing about them. For those who know nothing about them. But again, you have a list of videos that you watch. Almost all of us do. Like, there's some of your subscribers that you have in your subscriber list that it cannot miss videos. You always watch them. Okay, well, I used to. I just now add them all to my watch fucking later list, and I'll get to them eventually. But at least they're there. I know they're there, and eventually I'll get to them. One of your buddies votes for some OG guys. The links are there. Click on it. Peek around. You don't even have to watch the videos.
Yeah.
All you have to do is like peek around the channel. You know, okay, what does this person collect?
How long have they been on? Okay, that's been on. How many videos they got? Okay.
Yeah. similar interests. Okay, maybe it's not vintage baseball, maybe it's vintage football. Again, and like that's not what. Let's face it, we have vintage people that actually collect modern and ultra modern. Most of them
You
won't talk
can't
about
do
it.
two things.
Oh, but you can.
Oh my god!
And
But you
even
can.
the ones that just collect vintage, who cares? If you're a good person, who cares? If you're cool to hang out with, who cares?
There's
Who
no
cares?
hierarchy in this.
It's like what's Ed call it? The hierarchy that the people have created. I collect Marilyn Lemieux cards. Whoopity friggin' do. Love me, hate me, whatever. I don't care. I'm just here. I'll have a civil conversation with anybody. For the love of Pete. It's just like
So Bobby, to answer your question, as of right now, the OG ballot will only shrink. In the current process, it will only shrink. The only time it would increase is if the date changed. Which I'm sure at some point it probably will, because there's going to be modern channels that continue to get votes that may still be active, that continue to get pushed way to the bottom, and people will forget about them because of all the new channels. So the date's probably going to have to change at some point. Technically, you're right. You could grow into an OG, but not in the current format. There is a date cutoff. Even though, for
hopefully by that
instance,
time we'll all be not caring about the YouTube.
I mean, like Bobby, like you are an OG, but remember the qualifications are making videos. So, well, and personally, I still think, because again, there is so many modern options, it would make it more interesting if you could only vote for 5 modern channels. Still 5 would get in, but allow for more votes on the OG.
that'll happen.
It's all about putting it out there as an option, as a possibility. I mean, things can always change. Look, we finally got the OG ballot after all these years.
This is true. And I sincerely thank the 3 people that did that.
So, well, there was a ton of people who recommended it.
Yeah.
And they did their due diligence. They asked around, they asked for opinions, they asked for feedback. So, I mean, to me, they did it right. I will say that I'm sure that there's a few names that are not on the list. But that's probably because Brad may or may not have known them. And unfortunately, it's one of those in which it's like, okay, yeah, do I send to Brad a text? Hey, like, you need to add this person. You need to add this person. You need to add this person. Because there is more.
Well, if 3 came off, 3 go on. At least if you're going to do the spreadsheet, link, whatever it is, the page, and be like, hey. And even then, too, okay, I've got this already here. I delete Steve, that guy, Max A. Boom. What other, even send to us, like, who am I missing? Is there anybody out there that I'm missing?
Ed Warha, 90s Cowboys, just to name 2. So, and the reason, the reason why I know Harley is because, I actually met him way back when I was in Reno on business, and I know he wasn't on there. And 92, 93, 95 Cowboys was, I don't want to say short-lived, but he was kind of short-lived.
Or Jeff. Fours. Is he on there? 4-2, 4-4.
I don't know. I don't remember if he's on there. But again, like there's, and again, this is not a jab at Brad because there's still a significant number of older channels, most of which still have their videos. But like, if you weren't subscribed to them or you didn't know anything about them, how would you know to add them to the list? So,
one of my favorite, I still go back and watch his videos now, who has not made a video since his last video was 5 years ago, and that was Weight 333. Ben Franklin. I met that guy at the first national I went to. He was hanging out with Russ Moutre. You guys know him? He was a guy who was always at Ryan's shop.
oh, yeah.
Is that the one out of Kankakee?
That sound, it's possible. He was a UPS driver.
I was about to say UPS.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And he was a big Frank Thomas guy.
Yep.
And then Ben, Weight 333, he was Barry Bonds, and he has Frank Thomas stuff. He's got Barry Bonds, he's got Derek Jeter, but Bonds was his guy. And he's got a lot of really cool, and so does another Bonds guy was Nathaniel Blackford.
He's in.
Yeah,
Tops 85 401.
Yeah. As he should be.
in.
That guy, I loved watching that guy's collection. And I know he still picks stuff up weekly.
Yeah.
He is a purist. And one of my votes this year, they used to do the with Titanic Taters was the other guy's name. He collected McGuire and Canseco and stuff.
The big man collector.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Titanic Taters and what was it called? Something TV. What was it called? Baseball card TV or something. I forget what it's called.
Talking about because it was.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
Nate, Eric, and then someone else.
Yeah, Big Mac collector.
Fanatic.
Big Mac Fanatic, who I voted for the Hall of Fame too, because he is another purist of collecting. Just he loves Mark McGuire. He collects all kinds of A's, like minor league stuff. That's the kind of stuff. The passion in people is what. And like Titanic Taters, he sold a lot of his stuff when there was a huge opportunity. Baseball card junkie, Stevie. That's it. Thank you, Ed. But like, what faults me for selling my stuff? If you want to sell it, you're still in a hobby. You're still buying what you want. If you want to downsize, that's your opinion. But don't be like, yeah, I never downsized, and then or take advantage of somebody and get the deal from Michael, and then 2 minutes later go sell the card. That's kind of down and dirty, but he sold it to a bunch of different people and even got screwed because someone said they didn't get the card and they did. And then he got sent back something else, and it was like he was hosed out of a bunch of money. Our hobby's dirty in some ways, and it sucks because but there's a lot of good people in this hobby too.
Well, one of the guys that was around for years and years and years, he fucked over a lot of people who they considered him a friend, and that was Hamburger Ron.
Really?
Oh, Ron fucked a lot of people. He got moved up into Alaska in the middle of nowhere, and he did some deals with some people selling some stuff, and the first few went really well, and then all of a sudden he stole a lot of people's money. Dropped off the face. Yeah, it was not good. And that guy was, he was around for a long time in the Packers.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joey can tell you he got Joey.
Jeez.
Yeah, bad
That's
deal.
almost
I
like
got lucky.
Melbourne Cowboys.
I don't remember.
Anybody remember that name?
I don't remember that name.
Was that a
I do.
Steve?
I don't remember what his name was, but same type of situation. Like I think he also did breaks, and that's where a lot of his shadiness came from.
I remember the name.
Because he was actually kind of ran out of town a little bit before we really started making videos, and we just kind of heard some of the aftermath.
Yeah. Sort of the tumbleweed blowing through. It's like, what? Who?
Well, and then like the speculation and the rumors about DePaul and breaks. All right, Dave, 2.5.
And finally, no. As we always say, after all this fucking season is done, thank you for putting us on the ballot. Thank you for considering us, whatever pleasant words you said about us, or every time I saw us voted as an IRP or otherwise,
Individual.
they speak their mind. You know where they stand. It's like, yeah, that's how it should be. There's people that Michael likes that I don't like. There's people that I like that Michael doesn't like, and it goes all the way around.
It's true.
It
No different than any other part of life.
Yeah, that doesn't affect us because we know we don't like those people, so we don't bring those people up.
Correct. We don't talk about them.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get on my bad side. But when you are,
I've been
you're
there.
And it's hard to get out of that place. But
I feel bad for Santiago. You guys should be bros.
I don't actually even mind him that bad. I mean, there's worse out there.
See, look at that. Already prepping for that 28 fucking mile. That's what it is.
I don't know. You can't see. I don't claim to be from the mile, and I will never claim to be from. I'm freaking Pittsburgh born and bred, and that's the way I am. And I'm a. That's what I roll with. I love Detroit sports. I do. Well, baseball and hockey always did. I can't be. I got a Lions hat from the kids for Christmas. I'm like, I wore it 3 times. I'm like, it just don't feel right. And it's like I went to see the Pistons and had great seats, and I'm just like, it's not the bad boys, you know. And I watched Giannis play. He was amazing. He was there.
We'll
And
go buy one beer jersey or something.
And it's just like not my cup of tea. I'm basketball fell off the thing when Kobe's gone, Shaq's gone, and that was that. Yes, that's true, Bobby. But it's like everybody has their things, and it's sometimes you just have to say, I wish they'd have a coming to realization that you're not the central character in this world, and we should all get along a little bit better. But you choose not to, so guess what? Like Michael said, if you're not gonna play well with the sandbox, get out of the sandbox, or somebody will toss you out. That's how it works.
Or shove sand down your throat.
Or that's a possibility as well.
You know, you gotta weigh all options.
Then you could have a conversation with them, Benny.
I'll like you said before, I'll talk to anybody. I'll try to be cordial. But when I know that you're not a good person to other people, makes that a difficult thing. It's the truth. If you backdoor somebody, it is a hard thing for me to like you. It's just the way it is. I can't stand dastardly people. There's a word for you. That's part of nomenclature. Dastardly.
Dastardly deeds.
Yeah. You know, it's just, yeah, exactly.
Well done, Dave.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are,
I was
Bobby.
hoping somebody would do it.
No, even like when we went to the national, the only people we didn't talk to was little bitches. We couldn't talk to them. I was no. As soon as Vincenzo was like,
Yeah, that was a walk in the opposite direction.
away, like
Yeah,
grabbing,
it-
like she just stole like a case of Exquisite or something. Like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Yeah.
And Steve goes and like, oh shit, and then
I was gone before you even knew it. I told my
I'm like,
kid, "Let's go," and I
can I
went
get
and
an
stood over
invitation?
there because
Can I get a notification? I mean, what? And then I
No.
looked and I'm like, oh, those friends.
Yeah, when I don't put up with that. It's just the way I am. You can't do somebody dirty and expect me not if I know. It's like that thing, you know, he knows, dun, dun, you know, dun, dun, all the memes that are on Instagram. Yeah, I know you're hiding your face, but
I don't
it's
know what
like
you're
I
talking
know what you did last summer. I know what you did. Don't get a card off of a son and father and then sell it 6 months later because you want to buy something else. Don't do that to somebody.
about.
Just saying. Just saying.
Plant seeds in the spring
Don't
and then
say it's
summer.
gonna stay with me forever and then take it from somebody who it might just have, or they might have sold it. But don't get the bro deal from somebody, the sister deal, the person deal, whatever it is, and then say, "Oh, it'll never leave me," and then poof, it's gone. Don't do that.
The grift
Don't be a
deal.
jagoff. It's not hard. It's easier. It is a hard thing not to be a jagoff. And guess what? A lot of people go off the jagoff path. Just the way it is. But it's hard to stay on. I'm not the great. I'm a sinner. I'm not the greatest person in the world, but I try to be. I fail.
Try to
Yeah,
be.
but it's like I said. It's like every Christmas. It's the best thing we got. We sit around here and we trade a bunch of cards with each other, and you just sit there and you can tell your kid, Uncle Dave got me this card. You know, Michael's kid gets the braces off. What's he doing? That's Michael's bag of thing. We've been saving it. You know, people don't talk like that. It's a different thing with us because okay, granted, last 3 weeks I've been out of it. But on a usual basis, we're talking to everybody on this screen at least once a week, sometimes on the daily. This isn't followers, this isn't fans. This is a family of people. If you come here once, you're a spectator. 2-3 times, okay.
Baby girl.
Then there's other people that have been here the whole time.
And
Joe,
those are really
Paul,
curious onlookers.
Baby.
Tyrone. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean,
They need to go talk to a shrink.
Yeah.
Ooh, your breath. Oh my God.
He must have gotten in my book.
Yeah. Oh.
I make Galaxy his own food now. Meredith
You're
and
lucky.
I,
You're cute.
and he ate chicken the other day. Chicken, peas, carrots, rice, and potatoes. So I make his own dog food.
Fuck,
And
you better than
he
me.
jumped into bed, and I was laying there, and he got 2 inches from my face and went, because he breathes funny. Because remember, he lost part of his nose,
Mm-hmm.
and he sneezed in my face. And guess what? That was odorific, as they say. What was that Jim McMahon commercial? Odorous something odorific for Old Spice.
Odoriferous,
Yeah,
olfactory
yeah.
emanations. Yeah.
Yeah, he used some fancy words trying to be fancy. And that didn't work.
And the last thing from the soapbox: just be righteous to each other, like Bill and Ted said. Just try it. That's all I can say. And I bid you farewell and adieu for the evening. Soapbox retract.
And thank you to Rick and the Man Genius for our Get Off My Lawn award.
Oh, there was something else, and I forgot it was. Oh, if you're in a friggin' Hall of Fame, if you're in a YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, vote. There's no friggin' excuse. Vote. If you're in a prestigious thing that it is, vote.
I don't think
Take
you know what that word means.
Take 5 minutes and do it. I'm an idiot. I'm a schmuck. Jagov, if you will. And I do it. Bob Lewis did it. Bob Lewis took time out of his important day and gave us what he gave us. If Bob can do it, so can you. Thank you.
That's only because Ed wouldn't leave it alone.
Oh, that's true. Stove's going to get a mouthful when Ed sees him at the National.
Yeah, like every time somebody had a
bullying
video
is a
that
good thing.
Do what?
I said bullying is a good thing. It gets shit done.
It changes my life.
Well, and if you don't vote for 2 years in a row and you're in the Hall of Fame, you are then out of the Hall of Fame.
You have to turn back in your patch.
No, just have them freaking removed from the website.
Yeah. And you can't be voted
There's
back
a
in.
website?
Yeah.
It just
it's the gift that keeps on giving, Michael.
Yeah, Michael's like, next week, if any of this shit's on the docket, count me the hell out.
Oh my God.
It was like last week.
it tracks the winners. That's all it does, Michael.
Last week I was on the cusp. Then I got, and there's Carlos and there's Ryan, and I'm like, there is way too much excitement here. And Michael's down in the corner, like, why the shit am I even here? It's like, I'm like, I will skip one more week. I will go back and lay down and try to rest my head. And a double ear infection that I got right now makes things freaking miserable because you talk like you're in your head.
It felt like I had one last week.
Well, I watched some of the replay and I'm like, oh, look at Michael. I said, he's like old Yeller. Put him out of his misery. Oh, laptop died. Oops, phone died. I love this show. It's good to be, as Bob Lewis would say, it's good to be back.
This was a good night. I enjoyed the turtle talk.
Yeah,
learning about something I had no real knowledge on.
Almost an hour's worth of conversation.
It was over an hour, I think.
My son-in-law loves Mutant Ninja Turtles. I bought him stuff. Like there's a skateboard, and it has all the four turtles on the skateboard. And then Haley got him something else that's like a plaque with them. Then I got him something else. I bought him the box set of the DVDs or the Blu-rays with the cartoon, the original cartoon from when we were kids. I bought him that for Christmas. He's like, I might never watch that because I don't think we own a DVD player. I'm like, put it in your computer. I'm like, wait a minute. Those things don't come with CD-ROMs anymore. So it's like,
I'll take that back.
But physical media, you can't beat it.
No.
I'm glad a few people enjoyed the Magic the Gathering TMNT talk.
It's different.
Well, again, a lot of people bitch about universe. They call it Universes Beyond. That's what they call it as far as these, because they've done Final Fantasy, they've done Spider-Man, they've done Avatar, they've done Fallout, they've done Doctor Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who, I'd like that one.
I'd like Fallout.
But, well,
G.I. Joe would be good.
They did Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
So like Fallout, the only thing you can get for Fallout is commander decks and collector boxes. And you're not going to, collector boxes are like almost $2,000, I think.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Doctor Who is only commander decks and collector boxes.
Yep.
And those are, last I saw, those were at like $500.
Yep.
Lord of the Rings, The
Because
cheapest
that's where
version
the
is
101 came out of, right? The
Yeah.
one that Post
Yes.
Malone
The
ended
One
up buying.
Ring.
Yeah.
Yep. So the cheapest version of Lord of the Rings is $1,200. The most expensive version collector box is like 3,200.
Last time I saw it was 3,200 and 900. So it's even gone up 300 for the cheaper one.
I was trying to Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed's another Universes Beyond.
Yep.
Final Fantasy collector boxes are anywhere
Mhm.
between 1,000 and 1,200.
Yep.
So a lot of the Universes Beyond collectors seem to be a lot higher.
Did they do Avengers?
They haven't done Avengers.
G.I. Joe and Transformers. He-Man.
They have Brothers War Collectors
Wacky Races.
has Transformer cards in the
Yep.
collector boxes. They didn't do an individual standalone set. So after TMNT, so there's three more Universes Beyond sets. So there's Marvel that's coming in June. Then there's The Hobbit. So because of Lord of the Rings, why not? So they're doing The Hobbit, which I want to say is like September, October. And the last set of the year, Star Trek.
Holy shit, that's gonna go like
That'll
you
be real
can't
popular.
imagine.
That's
Ridiculous.
Gonna get stupid. Yep. So for those who care and any of those pique anybody's interests, start paying attention because pre-sales will start happening, but just be prepared that shit's going to continuously fluctuate. So if you pre-order something at $800 and when it drops to $450, suck it up, Buttercup.
It is what it is.
So just saying. With that, wrap us up, Dave.
Wacky Races and Shirt Tails. Those are the two ones I'm waiting for.
Not gonna probably happen.
Good. Then I can keep waiting.
I'd like a mask one.
That'd be cool as shit.
Because I keep hearing some sort of new comic has come out with Mask, and I don't need to buy it. I need the toys.
Well, I don't think that they would do it, but like I would be all in on a TMNT mask set. That again, like I'd be all in.
Or the Power Rangers or something fun like that, or Clarissa Explains It All, or Urkel, maybe Urkel in there.
I mean, there's other ones.
Unsolved Mysteries.
There's other ones that I wouldn't be quote unquote all in
Rescue
on,
911.
but there are other ones that I would probably sit on.
Like American, or not even American, like serial killers, like John Wayne Gacy in there.
They had those cards. I remember them.
Anyway,
I remember the playing card decks.
Yeah.
I do too.
Well, Leaf, that was actually one of their brightest ideas, having like the Axis of Evil or whatever it was, like stuff. And I think there's like Hitler cuts in there.
Oh yeah, there's people that collect that shit.
That would be the stuff I'd want to be like, that's history.
Yeah.
Not hitting one. The hands that sign that have done a lot of damage.
Much appreciated, Rick. Well, shit. Kevin, who is it? Kevin O'Leary was walking around with the fucking former leader of Iran's flag patch on his fucking on a chain.
Ayatollah.
Ayatollah Khomeini. It's the Iranian flag patch. I shit you not. There's fucking shit out there on Instagram.
I wonder if that's AI or is it real?
No.
I saw him with the Kobe and the Jordan. Did you see that one?
I did, but
if it's AI, I don't know. You can't tell. Like I tell C, I'm like, hey, is this AI? We were watching something. It was a presidential thing, and she's like, that background's AI. And I'm like, how can you tell? She's like showing me pixelations and shit. I'm like, kid, you are on another level. Because old man here ain't picking that up.
They're
It's their
starting to do that.
eyes that they're
They're
trained to
starting to do
see
that
this
with
stuff.
what do you call it? The highlight tapes for high schoolers. I've seen a couple of those for like football, and it's like unless you're actually paying attention, it's AI because again the guy goes right through the defense, and you're like, oh man, that's a pretty good play. Well, the 30-yard line's two of those. The 10-yard line's like split in half, and like one's over here, one's way down that. But
Look at the one I sent you with the goat. I thought that was funny as hell. Then 5 minutes later, there's another one with a goat bucking the shit out of some dude. And I'm like, wait a minute. That looks awful familiar. Ah, good job, dumbass.
You've been duped.
I was duped.
So, without being duped anymore, thank you for all joining in, watching, commenting, all that fun stuff.
Lurking.
Voting in the greatest voting categories of all time and the best thing to vote for. I mean, don't have no hanging chads and no missing votes and none of that stuff. It's please, Brad, for next year, put YTSCHOF 2027 as the hashtag. Because when I looked up the other one, I got a lot of churchy stuff, and I'm like, I'm not that guy.
I got a lot of Madden crap from one creator.
There's like one dude that just kept on pumping out videos, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but this isn't what I'm looking for. So, Brad and I might have a conversation, but so until next week,
Maybe.
that's right. Michael, Vincenzo, Steve, I'm Dave. It's been the RP. Remember, collecting cards, man, it's a wonderful hobby. How many griffs you can do and perform every week, books you can write, Virgil collections you can buy, LLCs you can create, cum stained baseballs. That's what really matters, everyone. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Later.